Every voting Australian should understand our rights and duty as a citizen, right? The truth is, most Australians don't.
We certainly don't know about our Constitution and why it was written. Many Australians don't realise that it's a great privilege to vote, and it's the first step to being a responsible citizen.
We don't know about the Constitution or our duties because such things are not taught in schools. So here is a snapshot of your rights and duties.
The most important date in Australia's history is January 1st, 1901. This was the day our Constitution was born. It is on this day that Australia celebrates becoming exactly that, Australia.
Australia was founded on the principles of fairness, equality, and responsible freedom. It's these principles that are worthy of celebration and our gratitude. It's these principles that make Australia a true democracy. Imagine, just for a moment, what Australia would be like without democracy.
No freedom, no fairness, no genuine equality. No rights on education. No rights to strike. No rights to workplace support.
No right to ask questions. No right to speak your mind. No right to protect yourself or your family. Without democracy, government has total control over your life, the life of your children, and your entire family.
Is this what your Australia should be? A nation built on communism and greedy capitalism. A country where a handful of wealthy control everyone else.
Democracy requires everyone to participate. We must all take responsibility for our lives and the lives of our families. Fairness, equality, and responsible freedom doesn't come freely.
In a fair and just democracy, governments act responsibly.
When you vote and your representative is elected, you have a direct link to Parliament and the laws that are introduced and debated.
Your duly elected representative knows you, knows your community, and ensures your participation in our democracy is upheld by ensuring your voice is heard.
Your vote is powerful. Your voice matters. Without your input, there is no democracy.
Consider this for a moment, working for the DOLE. Do you believe it's your responsibility to pay for an Australian who chooses not to work?
In a genuine democracy, people can choose not to work. However, they do not have the right to expect the same lifestyle and opportunities as those who do work, pay tax, and make a responsible contribution.
A proposal like working for the DOLE can only be presented in Parliament in two ways. The first is by making a request in writing to your local member. The second is politicians putting a proposal forward. The difference between the two is that either you participate or you don't.
Laws are being debated and created without your input or knowledge. Parliament has passed so many laws that even our politicians don't fully understand the law. Our freedoms have become overshadowed by so many acts of Parliament that nobody could possibly know and understand them all.
Just to add to the confusion, we're led to believe that political parties represent us.
The truth is, they don't. Political parties create policies to suit their own agenda because we have allowed it.
How can Australia be a democracy if elected members of a political party cannot speak freely or vote freely on issues that affect them and you?
How did it get this way?
What Australia needs right now is education. Let's face facts. We have never been taught about our democracy in school.
How do we defend our country when simple rules of fairness, equality and responsible freedom are beyond our comprehension? What you can do right now is write a letter to your local member, asking every school to teach us about our constitution, our democracy, our rights and our duties. You're the solution. All it takes is a letter from you to your local member. You see, if every Australian is properly educated on our democracy, our rights and our duties, our way of life won't be left to chance.
The only true reason for the existence of Parliament is to give you exactly what you ask for, not what others think you ought to have. Don't leave your freedom, responsibility and fairness to chance.
Right to preserve your freedom.
Right to defend your family.
Right about your working conditions.
Right to stop injustice.
Right to be heard.
Learn about the Constitution. Understand your rights and duties.
Stand tall in your power as a responsible and free Australian.
I'm Cheryl Lacey.
And I'm Sam Muscat.
This is Truth and Independence.